Hey there, YouTubers and collectors. This is Salvador Los Angeles here with my video review of The Walking Dead action figures. This is a Series 2, I believe, made by McFarlane Toys. Here we have Deputy Rick Grimes, Shane Walsh, RV Zombie, Bicycle Girl Zombie, and Well Zombie. Deputy Rick Grimes, interchangeable hands and weapons. Well Zombie, split apart body and guts. Shane Walsh, arms raised to take aim. RV Zombie, neck snapping action. And Bicycle Girl Zombie, crawling action. Alright everybody, we're going to go ahead and open up all these figures. This is Salvador Los Angeles reviewing The Walking Dead television series, Series 2 action figures made by McFarlane Toys. Okay, thanks. Here are all the figures removed from their packaging. We're going to be going over them one by one, but here is an overview of all of the figures here as one big happy family. Guys, we're starting with Bicycle Girl Zombie, and I have my camera set to major zoom. Major zoom happening here. Let's look at that lovely face. How horrific. Poor girl. Parental discretion is advised. The pants come off. Revealing. I mean, what the heck were people upset about? You don't see anything. You don't even see her ass or anything. But you do see some intestines there. And her femur. This is a femur for you medical students. I'll tell you, what these figures lack in some articulation, they make up for in great detail. But speaking of articulation, her arms go up and down, her elbows bend, and her wrist swivels. And her gimmick is this. You push this button here, or should I say this lever, and then she moves. I'm going to actually zoom out just a little bit. So there she is. And then of course she does have her pants, which are kind of pointless on this side, but this is the side that you're going to see. As you can see, she did not wear any rubber band around her pant leg if she was riding a bicycle. That was a stupid joke. Pants go on there, and she moves like so. Let's have a look at this overall stand. Not much to it, but it is meant to look like grass here. Now, the rest of these figures are from Season 2, but if you recall, this is one of the first, if not the first zombie that we see, I believe, on the first episode of Season 1, when Rick comes out of the hospital. I believe he discovers this girl. She also comes with a little tiny cracked screen BlackBerry, and I'm going to rezoom for that. Very cool. Nothing on the back. Let's look at her up close one more time. There's an interesting documentary. It's about a 5-minute documentary. Features an interview with Greg Nicotero, who's one of the producers of the show and primary special effects artist, and he talks about the transformation of this girl. She was actually recruited in another state, I forgot the state, flown to California, Los Angeles to be exact, and then fitted for this whole ensemble. So what's with the joints, folks? I'm sure I'm not the only person. I actually haven't even looked at any other reviews of these figures, but what is this? Does that mean it's going to last longer? Are you going to tell me that these joints are going to last longer? Are they more durable? Then maybe I'll go for it. Otherwise, they look strange. That is a strange looking joint, and we're going to see more of that, I'm sure, when we get into the other figures, particularly Officer Grimes. Alright, so there is Bicycle Girl Zombie. Looks more like she's humping the ground, rather. Okay, anyway, there we go. Fun, but kind of impractical. I mean, talk about a space hog. One thing as a collector is you're always thinking about, where am I going to put this? This is a cool little gimmick, but where am I going to put this? She takes up a lot of real estate. The RV zombie. Now, if I do recall from the interview with Robert Kirkman and Todd McFarlane, I believe originally this was going to be removable, but they decided not to make this removable. But the head does go back like this, so the head is just merely on a hinge joint. It does not go around. And that is what it looks like. Let's see from the back. Great looking paint. Great looking detail. No complaints about that. Not much going on in the bottom of the shoes. Look at that. If you do recall, this is when he climbs into the RV in season 2, gets stabbed, and then was there a near decapitation? I actually do not remember. But apparently there was a near decapitation. Or maybe a complete decapitation of this guy. He has a fair amount of articulation. He has the shoulder. He has a swivel here. And he has a wrist hinge. On a normal looking wrist joint, by the way. I thought I'd mention that. His right side has shoulder movement. Pretty good amount of shoulder movement. And then he has the elbow swivel. And then he has a wrist hinge. So good fair amount. You could great for posing. You can do the scary look, like he's gonna come out at you. Pretty cool. He has also waist articulation and a hip swivel and another hip swivel, and no articulation at the boots or ankles or knees. But the good news is, with these hip swivels, it does allow you to put him in a position where he can stand quite nicely. Oh, but let me show you something, which a lot of guys have been doing this lately. I guess it's a cutting cost feature, I suppose, but I'm going to show you something. Let's open up his shirt, and I'm going to show you something that NECA did recently on their Kyle Reese figures, which annoyed a lot of collectors. But look what this guy does. You open up his shirt, and it's just sort of a dummy. It's a facade in the front. It doesn't go all the way around. It would still be plenty gunked up there in real life, but in real life, if zombies are walking around, what the hell am I talking about? Very cool figure though. This is probably just offhand my favorite one. I like zombies, and this is a nice looking zombie. Nice paint, nice detail, and a decent amount of articulation, and the joints look normal as well. So, RV Zombie, my favorite one of the bunch. Well Zombie. Season 2, as a spoiler, they find this guy. Spoiler, folks, Season 2. I'm late. I'm watching the show on Netflix. I'm always a season behind, so. But Season 2, they find this guy in a well on the farm. Then they take him out of the well by this rope. And then blah, he spills apart, which is a very cool scene. I mean, if you like zombies, you want to watch that scene. Let's get in real close. We're getting in real tight here. Look at that face. Whoa. Good stuff. He's got shoulder. He's got elbow. He's got wrist swivel. And he's got swivel shoulder here, hinge joint elbow there, swivel. Well, he's got looks like a hinge joint wrist and a swivel wrist, swivel and hinge. Does he have that on the left side? Yeah, same thing. He does. Oh, yeah, that's great. Let's look at the inside. Blech, disgusting. This is the inner cavity there. Look at that. Oh, that's gross. Whoa. Oh, he has crack. Is that crack? I think that's crack. This guy was barefoot. A little bit of dirt in the bottom of the feet. That's cool. He also comes with this little piece of guts that fit on the bottom. It kind of looks like some weird plant. But essentially this goes into the bottom here, like so. Those are the lower guts. Then when they pull them off, let me zoom out. Zoom out. Can you zoom out or pan out? I don't know. So he goes like that. Blah, when they pull him with this. Blah, like that. Very cool effect when you watch it on the show. Disgusting. I mean, utterly disgusting. Not for the faint of heart to get pulled apart like this. And then this part falls back in the well, ruining the whole point. He also comes with this chunk of canned ham that they attempted to use to lure him, but he did not go for it because it was not alive. And zombies only eat living things. So this is a cool little add-on. This was their fail. Yeah, he also has hip swivel. Come on now. Yeah, I made it happen. He has left hip swivel and right hip swivel. And that is it for his articulation. Now, apparently, looks like he cannot close. He can't close here if he has this. So once you take that out of the lower half, then he will be able to close. Sort of a Humpty Dumpty effect here. So Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Boom, there's his fall. All right, that is Well Zombie. Let's see how he stands. Yeah, Well Zombie stands up just nicely. So his gimmick is, it says arms raised to aim. Essentially all that means is he just has arm articulation to allow him to do this, which is great, you know, so the gun is down and the gun goes up. That's nice, but that's not exactly a feature. I mean, that's just regular articulation, right? Am I missing something here? Don't think it's the greatest likeness. I would probably say that the real Shane is probably a little more handsome than this figure, if I may say. I would say this figure's a little uglier. So there is Shane, but it does have a pretty cool pendant. You can see it says 22-year pendant. I guess that's his, you know, Alcoholics Anonymous type thing. He has a lot of movement on his head. He has a shoulder. He has the waist. He has the right leg swivel. Did I mention all that already? One thing I think is cool, though, and this is going the extra mile, when they give the bottom of a boot tread. Very, very cool. Why don't more figure makers give us soles of shoes or soles of feet? Thank you very much, Mr. McFarlane. Close up of the gun. I'm not even going to remove the gun. I'm just going to leave the gun. I'm going to leave it. Nice looking shotgun. I'm going to leave that in his possession. Nice detail on the arms. Even some veins there. And the good news is he does stand quite nicely on his own. And that is Shane. Officer Grimes, right here. First of all, the hat is not removable. That would be cool if it was. Because as we know, he removes his hat and gives it to his son. Spoiler again! I'm full of spoilers, but I'm way behind. If you guys are as late as me, I mean, I haven't even watched Season 3. I've only watched Season 1 and 2, so I don't even know what the hell is going on right now. Apparently, there's some shit happening. All right, his articulation is the head. Moves around quite nicely. Look at that. That's nice. That's a nice movement there. Shoulder. Elbow. Wrist. Lots of wrist movement. Now, you see that watch? They could have done something. I'm going to zoom in tight on that watch because I want you to see what... I mean, it's like they just left little things blank here. They could have done something. I've seen figures with watches of this size that had little faces painted on them. Why didn't they do that? Why didn't they paint a little face on there? I don't know. He has right arm articulation, elbow, and then the wrist. And then this hand just came off very easily when I was taking him out of the package, so be careful. Gun is nice. But see, look at that wrist joint. Doesn't that just look weird? That just does not look right. And then this, you see those little ratchets in the shoulder there? Does not look good. And ratchets on the elbow there does not look good. He also has waist swivel. He has hip swivel on both legs. And this one, unlike the other ones, has movement A lot of movement on the ankle and the shoes. They didn't give us any soles on this one. I'm going to take this gun out of his hand. I think I can do that. Can I do that? Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this gun in his holster. It does fit in there nicely. That's nice. Okay, that's good. He does have a nice belt. He also comes with a few other accessories. He comes with a spare left hand with a wedding ring. That's a nice touch. A very nice looking rifle with a hand attached to it. I'm assuming that is his own hand. Great looking scope. This is a very nice looking gun. Nice looking wood. Wood, it looks really nice. And then he also comes with this thing that the animal catchers use. Remember, spoiler. I'm saying that because I don't know if other people have not seen the show. Maybe they haven't. Some of you guys out there are big fans of the show, big fans of the graphic novel. So I don't want to spoil it for the newcomers. But spoiler, he puts this around a zombie and tries to take the zombies back. He tries to put this around, not this zombie, but he tries to put this around a zombie like so, and then lead the zombie. That's him leading. Lead the zombie back. That's what. That's fun. Okay, all right, so let's see what some of these other things look like. Let's take off his right hand and let's put it in there. That looks cool. All right, that's a nice look. And then in the left hand, you could take off his left hand, put on this other left hand, and then have him holding this dealio. Maybe from one side. There we go. All right, so there he is holding this thing. Let's go ahead and have a good time with that. Putting that around the zombie's head. Of course, he didn't have the shotgun in his hand, I don't think, but this is the way that it kind of looked. Pretty decent likeness there. I wish the hat was removable because unfortunately the hat just, see how it just has that, cast that shadow over his eyes? I just wish the hat could come off so you can really get a good look at his face without that shadow. Speaking of shadow, he's got the 5 o'clock shadow there. That's pretty nice. Blood stains are pretty nice on here. I mean, I do like the Series 1 figure more because he was in the sheriff's outfit. So this is him in the plain t-shirt without the sheriff's outfit. Let's get a close-up of that hat. Nice looking hat. I just really wish that hat was removable. And oh, look at that! What is that? Please somebody explain to me why it looks like that. Is it better? Is it just a better joint that's going to last longer? I don't know. I'll probably say that of the two, Rick looks better. As far as a greater likeness, it looks more like the actor. Again, we have here Officer Rick Grimes, RV Zombie, Shane Walsh, Well Zombie, and Bicycle Girl Zombie as part of Series 2, The Walking Dead action figures based on the television series made by McFarlane Toys, reviewed here by Salvador Los Angeles. Thanks for watching. Looks more like she's humping the ground.